I'm Sarah, and welcome back to Coffee and Crochet with Sarah. So, what we do is I live stream our video to my Facebook page, Posh Pooch Designs, every Tuesday, if possible, at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. So, if you want to watch it live, you'll need to watch it on Facebook. But if you don't mind watching it later, or maybe you just don't have time, when we finish here, we will shoot this video over to YouTube. That way, all of my wonderful Facebook friends and all of my wonderful YouTube friends can all watch the video. And we're going to have some fun today. We are going to do a yarn unbagging from Kristin Omdahl. I'm very excited about her new yarn. And we're also going to tell you what the May giveaway is. Can you believe it's May already? I mean, January, February, March, April, May. That's the 5th month. How did this happen? It just went by so fast. We've had so much rain and snow lately. I just still feel like I'm in winter, which officially we are. And I'm up here, we don't really get to plant outside until after Mother's Day. So, but I'm hoping I bought a whole bunch of pansies and flowers that can handle the cold weather. So I'm hoping to be able to get to do some of that this week. All right. So I see a bunch of you already commenting. I'm so glad to see so many of you. You know, it's wonderful. I say this all the time. It's wonderful to see all the names that I recognize. And it's also wonderful. Uh-oh. Dawn forgot to turn on her coffee. Ah! I just saw her posting that. That's so funny. You know, I've done that before, or forgot to put the coffee carafe, I think is what they call that, back underneath. And then the coffee pours all over the kitchen. I've done that also. Don't feel bad. All right. So, the first thing we need to say is, may the force be with you. This is the best thing I had for a lightsaber. It's so funny. A friend of mine said, are you going to put your Space Buns hat on this year? Well, I have a hat that I made that is brown, you know, and it has the braids on the side. I can't find it anywhere. And I thought, well, you know, my hair is long enough now. I could do that. But I just couldn't get my Space Buns up today. So no Space Buns. But y'all know I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. I'm a total science fiction space junkie. And I know that's weird for an old grandma, right? But I do love it. It's super fun. All right, before we get into all our yarny fun, we need to clink in. So I am just drinking a half a cup of Folgers. Clinkety, clink, clink, and clink. It's so good to see you all here. And remember, the only reason we do this is just for everybody to say, hey, I'm here. All righty. So I'm drinking a half cup of coffee because I've had to cut back on my coffee because I'm having silly kidney issues again. But I am still going to drink my half a cup every morning and every afternoon because I love my coffee. All righty. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our giveaway announcement. I'm really happy about this month's giveaway because it's really kind of fun. I'm going to move some things out of the way because I might use my other camera. All right, so the way the giveaway works is the first Tuesday of every month, I tell you what the giveaway is. And then the third Tuesday of the month, I shout out who the winner is. How do you get involved, you ask? All you have to do to be entered in the giveaway is to comment here on Facebook or to comment on YouTube, the video when I send it over there. It's that easy. All the names are put in a random generator and the name comes up. If you've won already this year, I'll put a second name in. That way it can be fair to everybody. All right, so the winner this year, every winner this year they will receive one of my Coffee and Crochet with Sara tote bags. It's a great size for your projects. Okay, and then you're going to receive 2 yarn cakes. Let me set these up here together so you can see them. Of our comfy, not ours, but of Lion Brand's Country Cotton. And it's cotton season, isn't it? When it starts getting warmer, I like to do a lot of things in cotton, although I crochet year round. Okay, so this is a light 3. Each skein has 7 ounces, so they're nice big skeins. This is called Enchanting Embers. All right, and then you're also going to receive this set of 5 glittery crochet hooks. All right, so let me put this over here underneath so you can see these yarns close up. All right, you're ready? We're going to go to the other camera. There we go. Look at those colors. Oh, I went the wrong way. Look at those colors. Isn't that pretty? Oranges and purples, and then it's got some beiges and gray in there with the white. It's so pretty, so pretty. Enchanting Embers. It's a number 3. And each one has 7 ounces or 392 yards. That's enough to make you some nice placemats, tablecloth, lots of washcloths. And then, of course, you'll also receive this set of Boye hooks. You can see it has G, H, I, J, and K, and they're glittery. Isn't that pretty? I got a set of these for myself, and I thought, because I like to take plastic hooks when I travel. That way I don't lose one of my expensive hooks. And so I thought these were fun, and so I got another set to give away to go with this. Since this is cotton, you need a nice hook that's going to work great with this cotton. And then, of course, the Coffee and Crochet with Sara bag. So that's our May giveaway. All right. Put it all back in the bag. You're getting this actual bag, those actual cakes of yarn, and those actual crochet hooks. And, of course, you always get something extra from me as well. But I never tell you what that is. So, that is our giveaway for May. All righty, are you ready? Now, also, our shout out this week is going to go to Kristin Omdahl. And you all know I have talked about her in the past. I just think she's fantastic. She has done a lot of really neat things. She's put out crochet books, knitting books, craft books. And one of the things that she also does that is really cool is she has her own yarn line. They're the Biseau line. And so what we're going to do today, I have linked up her website as well as her YouTube channel. And I'll put those links underneath the video on YouTube. And then I'm also going to post it on my regular Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page, because I really love her. You know, she used to do this thing called Yarn on the Beach, but she changed it. She calls it Create, Share, and Inspire, and I really love that. I think that's cool. But when I first started watching her Crochet on the Beach, it was so fun because you never knew what was going to happen. She'd be out there talking about knitting or crochet or yarn, and people would walk by and ask her, hey, what are you doing? You know, because she's on the beach in Florida. She's in Florida, she's on the beach. One time she was talking about how an alligator walked right past and into the ocean. Isn't that weird? But Florida, right? And then one time I was watching it, and she was just talking away, and I think she was talking about measuring your shoulders. I can't remember. And she goes kind of like this. And then right behind her in the ocean was a bunch of dolphins that came by. And it was so cool. And, you know, I love the beach, but I can't handle the sun anymore. And so I don't really go to the beach that often. And so I was kind of living through her videos. You know, the sound of the beach is just so relaxing. So anyway, I really encourage you to go and watch her videos. She does a lot of really neat and interesting and different things. It's not just one thing. It's lots of different crafts. And she's even put out a book. I think it's like 100 crafts that you can make. It's really cool. I think her latest book is hats, if I remember right. But anyway, they're on Amazon, and most of them you can purchase them and download them, or you can have them sent to you. Okay, so I know I just think she's so cool. we're going to do an unbagging. Are you ready? All right, so I've got the bag here. We're going to go back to the other camera. There we go. This is the bag. And if you're wondering how to spell her name, Kristin Omdahl. Kristin Omdahl. Just Google her and you'll find all the neat things that she's doing as well. All right, so let's open up the bag. Whoops. I just knocked over a container of crochet hooks. All right, so this is the yarn that she sent me. I'm going to go ahead and pull these out. This is called Be So Easy, and it's a very interesting yarn. It is a cotton, and it's extremely soft. All right, we'll pull those apart in just a second. Let's see what else is in this bag real quick. Oh, she sent me a note. Right to me. Thank you, Sara. Kristin Omdahl. Isn't that neat? She is such a neat and personal person, and I think that's why I like her so much. She's just real. All right, so here is the card. Oh, and she sent me a nail file. Create, share, and inspire. That is so cool because when you're a crochet designer on YouTube, your hands are always in front of other people. All right, so here is KristinOmdahl.com. It's really bright, and I'm able to see it right there. Well, it's KristinOmdahl.com. Create, share, and inspire. All right, that's just a card. All right, let's look at this yarn. All right, so here is, I'm going to kind of spread them out a little so I can, let's use the blue one. KO for Kristin Omdahl. Be So Easy. All right, it's a number 5 bulky weight, 100% milk cotton yarn. And I think that's what makes it so soft. It's a cotton yarn. It's a medium number 5. All right, it's 145 yards or 3.5 ounces. Your purchase of this yarn supports Project Kristin Cares. And the reason that's important is because she supports a lot of the domestic violence not projects, but charities. I can't remember the word I'm looking for there all of a sudden. But I remember a few years ago, I purchased her bag. I purchased her journal, and it came with a whole big bag or a whole container of glitter pins. And a percentage of that went to her Project Kristin Cares. And she supports and sends a percentage of everything that she sells to this project. And it has to do with helping people get through domestic violence. And it's a really good program. And for more information, plus patterns and videos, visit KristinOmdahl.com. There you can see it there. All right, so let's look at some of these colors. I believe there's about, I want to say 28 colors, maybe more. All right, so this one is gold. It's called Goldenrod. This one is called Pink Lemonade. I really like it. It's a little bit peachy pink. You know, it has a little yellow in it, I think. This one is called, oh, it's not on there. Let me grab my paper because it has an interesting name. Let's see. Oh, it's called Bisque. Bisque. I wanted this particular color because I want to make some plant hangers with that because it is cotton, even though it's really soft. Okay, so this one's called Cornflower. Isn't that a pretty blue? This one is Lavender. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I wish you guys could reach through the screen and feel this yarn. It is so soft. It's a true 5. You know, one of the things that happens a lot of times in yarn is we say it's a medium 4, but it's more like a 5 or a 3. This is a true 5, your true bulky 5. Okay, I showed you the lavender. And then the last one is this sage green. Isn't that gorgeous? And the neat thing about these, if you look at all of these colors, I'm going to squish them in here so you can see them. They all blend nicely with each other. They're complementary. There we go. There. They're extremely complementary with each other. You know, sometimes you get yarns and like say the blue doesn't really go with the green. There's something not the same or something that doesn't work. These are all beautiful complementary colors and they blend. And I didn't notice that she had any that were variegated, but all the solids are just gorgeous and soft. I really, really wish that you could just reach out across the screen and just feel how absolutely soft these are. And I'm really excited. I love these 6 colors, and I've got the bisque one. I've got one project I'm going to do with it, and then I'm going to use all the other colors in another project. Now, one of the things that happens sometimes when I show you a yarn, you think you have to use that yarn in a project. Now, like for instance, the shawl that's behind me, we use the anniversary yarn. And a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't buy the yarn, I can't make it. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that when we talk about the new projects that we did this week. But just remember, you can always interchange yarns as long as they're the same weight. And you don't have to do the colors that the patterns call for. You can do whatever colors that you want to. All right? Use your imagination. And that's one thing that I love about her motto or her whatever she called her channel or whatever. Create, share, and inspire. You can create and you can share what you created, but inspire someone to use their imagination as well. And I think I just really love what Kristin Omdahl is doing. I love her charity work. I love her yarns. She has a lot of different yarns. She's got a Be So Fancy, I think, a Be So, I can't remember exactly, but there's some with beads, some with sparkles. I ordered, I think, the Be So Fine a few years ago and made a lightweight shawl with it. It was just gorgeous. The yarns are all hand dyed. She has them particularly done, and they're not very expensive when it comes to someone that doesn't have a big box store like say Hobby Lobby or Lion Brand. They're very well made. They're beautiful colors, and I really encourage you just to order some and try some. Now, this Be So Easy is her latest one. It's new, and it's on sale right now. I think $4.99 a skein. All right, and again, you're getting 3.5 ounces and 145 yards because remember, it's a bulky 5, and I love that. It's really different. Out there aren't a lot of cottons that are 5s. You usually find 4s or 3s. And so I'm just excited about this yarn. Okay? All righty. That was super fun. And I just loved everything that she's doing. All right. Are you ready to talk about what we did this week at Posh Pooch Designs? Well, let's click over to our back camera here. I call that my roaming camera. This is our Mother's Day shawl. We put the written pattern out there. We also have lots of pictures. And then, of course, the video on YouTube. And this pattern is really unique in that it starts at the bottom point. And then you work it out and make it as big as you need it. The pattern itself is really big. It's like, I can't remember exactly because I don't have the pattern in front of me. But the width is about 60 inches. And I think the length from neck to the point is about 36. But I can't remember exactly because I don't have the pattern with me right now. But it's super easy to adjust. And it whips up super duper quick because it is stitched in the Caron anniversary cakes. Now, this is what I was going to talk about. The Caron anniversary cakes were a limited, I thought it said it on there. I guess it doesn't. They were a limited time yarn. And they were big. This one had 35 ounces on it, okay, which is 1,061 yards. All right, now I only used part of this skein to make that shawl, and I have another pattern coming out with the rest of it, probably maybe a little farther on in the summer. I'm gonna finish up that funky chunky poncho I'm making. It's kind of funny and kind of fun. It reminds me of my childhood. Anywho, you don't have to use this yarn if you don't have it. So the yarn is a super bulky 6. And so what you can do, okay, is you can hold together 2 of the medium 4 yarns and stitch it up. For instance, it might be kind of cute if you used like two different colors, maybe a cream and a red. Crimson colors for, isn't that OU? Oklahoma State. Sorry, my roots are in Oklahoma, so I remember those colleges. But anyway, Denver Broncos is black and orange. You can make a shawl in Denver colors if you want to. But you can use ombres. You can use striping yarns. You can use any bulky weight number 6, or you can hold 2 medium 4 together. Now, if you're worried that it's not going to be thick enough, you can also do, say, a bulky 5 and a light 3 together, because those would make up enough thickness in order to make this shawl. And the other thing is, even if it comes out just a little bit smaller or even a little bit bigger, you can take your tape measure and measure as you go and see if it's going to be the width, the length, I did it backwards, the length and the width that you need. Learning how to adjust patterns can be a little bit tricky. But this pattern is so easy because you start at the bottom point and you just gradually increase until it's the size that you need. Now, a little point to remember is when you're making scarves and shawls, the width of it needs to be the length of your fingertips from tip to tip. And almost always, but not always, a good rule of thumb is if you're making it as a gift, make it as wide as the person who's going to wear it is tall. All right, and so because usually the measurement from tip to tip is the same from head to toe. Not always, but a lot of the times it's very close, very similar. And that can give you an idea, especially if it's going to be a gift and it's going to be a surprise and you don't want them to know. I like it big and roomy, and I made the comment on the video when I made it, is that it would be so much fun to sit on the couch, wrap that poncho around you and your grandchild, and read a book or something like that. So anyway, that's what we did for Mother's Day. Now, I called it the Mother's Day shawl, thinking of my own mother that's already passed away. But you can make this shawl as a prayer shawl. You can make it as just a, Sunday morning shawl. I'm going to keep that one on the back of my work chair because I have to keep things cool with all the electronics. And sometimes it gets chilly and I can wrap it around my shoulders. It's a great shawl to have maybe on the back of a chair, back of the couch, wherever sometimes, because the thing about the summertime is when the air conditioner is blowing, sometimes I get cool, So anywho, it's a great pattern for lots of gifts and uses, and make it in white and wear it to a wedding. It's just a really easy pattern, and it works up really fast, and it has that fun little trim that's I call it kind of a spaced out shell, because you're chaining one between your shells and it sort of spaces it out. All right. Okay, the other thing we completed this week was our bag crochet along. And I put a little thing inside so they could stay square. It's like a plastic envelope. And this is the original one that I did for the crochet along. The first week we did, or the first day. Okay, let me start this again. First, I made the video for the introduction and supplies. Then for step 1, we did the bottom of our bag. Then step 2, we did the center portion. And then the last step, we did the top and the handles. This is the one I made for us to do together. Let me turn that around so there's his address on there. So that was our crochet along. And I love this pattern because there's lots of things you can do to personalize it. If you want the bottom of your bag longer, you just do more single crochet rows. If you want the center portion of your bag longer, you can do another repeat or 2 in the center and it will be longer. And some of you did, and I really liked it. If you want this portion longer at the top of your bag, the band, you can add more single crochet rows and make it longer. And then of course, if you want the handle longer, say you want to put it on your shoulder, you're walking around the farmer's market, you can make that handle longer, and you can do more rows around the handle if you want it more sturdy. All right, and so that's the kind of pattern that I really, really love. I love that you can adjust it in different ways to make it more something that is useful for you. And I have to tell you, I have so enjoyed seeing all the patterns. I've had them emailed to me, not patterns, bags. I've had people email me pictures of their bags. I've had them send me messages, pictures of their bags. You're posting them on my Facebook page, and you've also been posting them on my PPD Puppy Love crochet group, and I love that. I love seeing when you make the bag, even when you make your minor adjustments, different yarns and personalize it. I mean, you could add flowers, buttons, whatever you want to. You can make that bag out of cotton, out of yarn. You could use your scrap yarns and make a whole bunch of them just so you have bags to go to the farmer's market. I don't know if you're like me, but when I go, I buy more than just one or two things. Mine, although, has amazing plants, and I wouldn't put plants in that, but I'll take if I'm going to look at plants, I'll just take a cardboard flat. But they have that. I remember last summer they had some of the most gorgeous plants. But anyway, that was our crochet along that we did. Now, this next week, I have one or two more that are sort of Mother's Day, but for anybody. And the other thing I wanted to say is, usually we do our stitch of the month. It can be a stitch along also. Our year-long crochet along of stitch of the month. I usually do it on the third Monday of each month. For the month of May, I'm going to be doing it next Monday, which is the second Monday. And the reason is the end of the week, my sister-in-law, her birthday is May 18th, and so we're going to go down for the weekend. They live in Pahrump, which is outside of Vegas. So we're going to Vegas, baby! But anyway, it's her birthday, so I've got some videos that I'm going to be doing ahead of time and scheduling them, but I won't be doing that. I want to go ahead and do that one next Monday. So be looking for the stitch of the month next Monday, okay? So I just wanted to get that out there, but I always post when I do, and I try to give you a heads up or whatever. But anyway, I wanted you to be aware of that coming up. All right, so I kept my voice today, only drank half a cup of coffee. And that's all I've got for you. So 2 things to remember. Everybody that's commented, and if you haven't commented, comment. I want to win that stuff. I want that yarn. Okay, everybody who comments on Facebook, everybody who comments on YouTube, you are entered in the giveaway. If you don't know what the giveaway is, you came in late, just, watch the video at the beginning and it'll see what it is. And then also, if you get a minute, pop over to Kristin Omdahl's YouTube page. Like, share, and subscribe. And then also, I'll try to remember, I'm going to put the links on underneath the video on YouTube, but also remember, I'm going to try to link it on my Facebook page as well. All right, now the last thing I'm going to say before I go, because our time is up, is thank you. Thank you to all of you who take a little bit of time out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that so much. And again, I can't do this. I can't. Or I'd be talking to myself, which I probably would be anyway. But thank you so much. Because again, I can't do any of this without all of you in my crochet yarny community. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.